Good afternoon, badasses. Coach Joe here. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about rough patches. Myself and a couple of my athletes are just having some trouble right now getting out the door. Sometimes that's because of weather. I think right now that's definitely a lot of it for me. The mountain biking isn't quite as good right now as it usually is. The mountain running is a little sketchy because there's ice on everything, and there isn't really any skiing yet. And it's cold outside, and it's cloudy, So the first thing to do when you're going through this rough patch, when you're lacking a little motivation, it's hard to get out the door a few days in a row, and you're like, what the hell's going on? The first thing is, hey, this shit happens to everybody, and don't beat yourself up about it. 2, is it physical? Because it's absolutely possible that for some reason, you're super fired up and you're trying to get ready for skimo season, so maybe you've trained a ton. Maybe you've had a couple life stress situations that have kind of elevated that. So first, look back at your training diary and your training log and all that kind of stuff. See if it's physical. If it's possible that it's physical, maybe take some time off. Maybe this feeling is a good one, and really what you need is 4 or 5 days of decreased training load, decreased intensity, and you'll feel better again. If you really don't think that's the case, then in order to get through this, there's a couple things that we want to think about. First is consistency. We know that consistency is king, right? So that means that it doesn't really matter, like each individual day isn't a huge deal, but we want to be consistent over time in order to get our changes. So that means that it's not a big deal if you have a week or two where even a month this time of year where you're really just trying to check boxes. You're not trying to do anything heroic. You're not trying to do any big blocks. You're just trying to get out 6 days a week. And with that we're really just trying to maintain. I don't typically believe in trying to like blast ourselves through these motivational dead spots. I'm a big believer in, back off for a little bit, use variety and use consistency to keep your maintenance. So it doesn't take a whole lot to maintain form. I saw some study that was like 2 hours a week, and people were able to maintain like 80 to 90% of their fitness. So if you're a high performing athlete, you probably don't want to lose 10% because that can be quite a lot. But if you can make sure that you can get out there I'm a firm believer in 30 to 40 minutes every day. Switch up if being out on the bike doesn't sound like fun anymore, or being out on foot doesn't sound fun anymore. I've been in the gym quite a bit in the last couple weeks, doing some more like circuit training type stuff, getting strong, working on some high intensity lifting and some strength circuits and stuff like that. And what that does is that, the high intensity stuff keeps a lot of my fitness. The strength is exciting to me. So it's motivating me to get into the gym and to breathe at all, get some exercise. And then that's going to pay off later. Now I might lose a little bit of aerobic fitness right now in this block, but the fact that I'm doing something rather than nothing is great, is all we're trying to do. So again, variety, consistency in order to maintain through the dead spots. Coach Joe out.